Hello and welcome to another thrilling tale. This time we unveil the story of Eugene, who reincarnate after 3 centuries, that too with the memories of his past life intact. In the demon realm, Vermouth and allies battle demon kings, revealing power struggles and a foolish rival's jealousy. A twist unveils the story as fiction, leaving Reed disgruntled. Eugene Lionhart, Vermouth's descendant, challenges family norms at 13. Secrets, rituals, and power dynamics within the Lionhart bloodline surface, setting the stage for a gripping exploration. Eugene enters the grand Lionhart residence, navigating privilege and scrutiny. Tensions rise with main family children, Cyan and Cial, leading to a challenge that questions honor and equality. In a courtyard clash, Eugene's strategic prowess challenges norms. The aftermath leaves consequences looming, as Eugene contemplates a past life and faces the descendants of legendary companions. Without any further delay, here the Eugene saga begins, weaving destiny and echoes of a past life. In the demon realm, a colossal castle looms as warrior Vermouth and 4 allies strive to quell the remaining demon kings. Having defeated 3, only 2 threats linger. Amid a demon horde, Vermouth effortlessly clears a path with a single sword slash, showcasing his formidable power. Mage Saya the Wise follows, effortlessly employing her elemental abilities. Priestess Anis the Faithful, targeted by a demon, retaliates fiercely with a massive axe, leaving a grisly aftermath. Despite scars, brave Tremple the Foolish, Vermouth's unnoticed rival, insists on joining the fray. Jealous yet unrecognized, Tremple demands Vermouth halt, determined to face the demons himself. After vanquishing the lesser foes, the party searches for clues. Suddenly, Tremple spots a looming danger targeting Vermouth. Sacrificing himself, Tremple takes the fatal blow. Vermouth swiftly dispatches the powerful demon in retaliation. As the party rushes to Tremple's side, he speaks of honor in death and regrets hiding the truth from his friends. Tremple urges Vermouth to defeat the demon kings, swearing an oath in his warrior's name. With a regretful smile, Tremple makes his peace, asking Anis to pray for him and admitting his admiration for Saya. However, the narrative takes an unexpected turn. It's revealed to be a fictional story. Reed, a boy with gray hair and yellow eyes, expresses frustration with the nonsensical tale. Angrily questioning the anonymous author's style, Reed wishes to confront them for a perceived childish approach to storytelling. Picking up the book, Reed contemplates the titles of his companions and himself. Why the foolish for him? He speculates if the author could be someone he defeated 300 years ago. Reflecting on his companions' lack of intervention, he acknowledges that they likely never anticipated Tremple's reincarnation with memories intact. Tremple, now Eugene Lionhart, died in the midst of subjugating demon kings 300 years ago and was reborn as Vermouth's descendant, aged 13. Vermouth, in his prime, had multiple concubines besides his first wife, leaving Eugene perplexed about this change in behavior. While he understands human needs, he finds it odd. Eugene's family, considered an indirect branch, faces restrictions on mana training and real sword usage, unlike the direct descendants. Despite being only 13, Eugene is muscular and decides today marks the end of his wooden sword training. During practice, he effortlessly breaks a training dummy, causing his father to express concern over Eugene's strength. Despite being his son, Eugene's mature demeanor sometimes unnerves his father, who notices the absence of childhood innocence in his eyes. Eugene, who lost his mother at a young age, shows no sentimentality about her. Expressing disdain for the town's blacksmith, Eugene deems their low-quality weapons a crime. His father issues a warning but shifts the focus to the upcoming blood ritual. Eugene dismisses the Lionhart tradition, held every decade, where children aged 10 to 15, regardless of branch, compete at the main family residence. However, the main branch's early training advantages create an uneven playing field, ensuring the main family's superiority over the branch family. Observing Eugene's talent, his father feels an emotional distance, wishing Eugene had been born into the main family to spare him the harsh reality of the branch. Eugene, sensing his father's sadness, inquires about it, but his father brushes it off. Eugene assumes his father is self-critical for not being a better parent. Suddenly, his father grips Eugene's shoulders, urging him not to compete with the main family's children due to their extensive training in swords and manhwa. Eugene reassures him, concealing his intention to participate and view it as an easy victory over younger competitors. Walking toward another dummy, Eugene contemplates the upcoming blood ritual with 3 main family and 6 branch family participants. 2 of the main family children are concubine twins, and the rest are deemed losers. Destroying another dummy effortlessly, Eugene anticipates challenging the descendants of Vermouth. As the day of the ritual arrives, Eugene reflects on his past life as Hamel. Despite considering himself a genius, Vermouth acknowledged his potential but encouraged more effort. Eugene recalls the god of war and master of all, someone close to him in his previous life, skilled in swords and magic. Vermouth, initially a duke in the Ke Empire, retired to be lauded as a warrior until his end. His companions flourished in their respective roles. CL became the youngest mage kingdom of Aroth Magic Tower Master. Anise transformed from a morally questionable individual to a saintess in the Holy Empire of Eurus, and the brave established his own kingdom, named after himself. Despite their prosperous lives, the Demon King still breathes, defying Vermouth's vow to eradicate all Demon Kings. Vermouth made a promise to the Demon King of Incarceration's Sea Castle before his death, leading to the end of the war with Demon Kings and prolonged peace. Traveling in a carriage, Lord Gordon suggests Eugene might be nervous about meeting the main family. Eugene appreciates the advice, and Gordon mentions they are entering Lionhart property. Wondering why Gordon seems so pleased, Eugene notes the estate's vastness and questions the lack of a warp gate. Gordon explains there are gates scattered about, but Eugene opts not to ask further. Arriving at the main family residence adorned in gold, Eugene remains composed and prepared for what lies ahead. Walking towards the main building, Eugene isn't surprised by the absence of a welcome ceremony, considering only direct bloodline members are entitled to the Lionhart crest. Inquiring about his relatives, Gordon informs him he's the first to arrive, prompting a move to the guest house. Greeted by a maid named Na, Eugene learns she will attend to his needs, and a bell is provided for any requests. Thankful for a personal maid, Eugene asks about Na's age, discovering she's 16 and recently finished her training. He smirks, suspecting someone is deliberately trying to provoke him with an inexperienced maid. Inquiring about the arrival of others, Eugene learns they will be there within the next 4 days. Rising, he requests Minato guide him to the training grounds, surprising her, but she complies. Outside the main building, 2 main family children speculate about Eugene, assuming he hails from a small country town and uses rakes for training instead of swords. The boy suggests Eugene's carriage must smell due to his living conditions, pondering if he'll have to pay for any damage to the family residence. The girl agrees and decides they should give him a warning. The boy, named Kayan, instructs the girl, Sial, to follow him. As Eugene starts training with a spear, he reflects on his dedicated training in both his current and past lives. His Vermouth descendant body exhibits extraordinary capabilities, with rapid healing and resistance to sickness. The maid watches in awe as Eugene moves swiftly with sandbags on his arms and spear. Noticing Cyan and Sial approaching, Eugene addresses their curiosity about his training. Cyan demands an apology for being called an idiot, while Sial encourages her brother to take action against Eugene's perceived insult. Tensions rise as Cyan gets angry and demands an apology. Eugene promptly apologizes, but Cyan dismisses it as insincere, insisting on a proper bow. Refusing to bow to someone of the same age, Eugene questions why they can't be friends. Cyan retorts they are not equals, emphasizing their differing statuses as Lionharts. Cial brings up the topic of Eugene's carriage, prompting Kian to berate him for the perceived stench from caring for farm animals. Unfazed, Eugene inquires if Nine's his personal servant, and when she confirms it, suggests she clean the carriage. Confused, Nina is caught in the middle as Kian insists Eugene follow his order directly. Introducing himself, Eugene learns the names of Cyan and Cial. Cyan deems being nice to Eugene pointless, accusing him of disrespect and issuing a challenge for a duel due to Eugene ignoring a direct order and allegedly dishonoring him. Eugene smirks at Cyan's accusation of fear, asserting that he has no intention of dueling or apologizing. Cyan questions Eugene's willingness to do anything, accusing him of lacking a sense of honor. In response, Eugene begins removing his arm weights and vest, revealing the true extent of the heavy equipment he was wearing. Cyan realizes the weights weren't just for show and can't back down from the challenge he initiated. With weights discarded, Eugene demands the duel begin when Cyan throws the handkerchief. As the final weight drops and the handkerchief falls to his face, Eugene instantly strikes Cyan in the gut, concluding the fight with a single blow. Cial rushes to her brother's side, recoiling at the sight of his vomiting. Accusing Eugene of cowardice and dishonorable conduct, Cial receives a firm response. Eugene contends the duel began when the handkerchief was thrown, placing the blame on Cyan for letting his guard down. Cial suggests Eugene must have trained in mana, but Eugene clarifies that branch lines can't use mana until after the success ritual. Cial accuses him of lying, insisting Eugene swung something heavy with mana and performed an exceptionally fast attack. Eugene smirks, attributing his success to keen observation. Despite Cial criticizing his language, Eugene points out that Cian did manage to instinctively dodge backward during the attack, showcasing potential despite lacking experience. As Cyan recovers and calls Eugene a coward, Hezar, a skilled knight without the Lionheart crest, arrives to investigate. Eugene, sensing Hezar's prowess, wonders if there will be consequences for defeating the child of a patriarch. Cyan, embarrassed, confides in Hezar about losing to Eugene, expressing frustration at being beaten by someone from the countryside. Hezar, in charge of instructing Cyan, introduces himself and questions what happened. Eugene explains that Cyan picked a fight, insulted his father, and challenged him to a fair duel, which Cyan lost. Kenny denies the insults, but Eugene insists he called him a coward and accused him of lacking honor. Hezar considers these valid reasons for a duel, takes Cyan away for treatment, and leaves with Cial bidding farewell. Days later, while enjoying a meal, Nina provides information about the impending arrivals of Dion, Hansen, Jules, Gargas, and Asira. Eugene realizes they're coming faster than expected, with the success ritual approaching. Apologizing to Vermouth for meddling with his descendants, Eugene reflects on his reincarnation, emphasizing it wasn't his choice to become one of Vermouth's descendants.